What's going on, everyone? Another week ready for Bitcoin over here. Let me just start off by saying that, well, I'm on the monthly chart over here, and there's absolutely nothing bearish about what's going on right now, right? And so anybody who thinks that I'm higher time frame bearish, or that based on the chart the bull run is over, they're wrong, right? I don't. That's not to say that we can't suddenly just crash, right? I mean, anything is possible. My point, though, is that based on the chart, there's nothing to be bearish about yet. We're in an uptrend, and if anything, that was a higher low. You notice May swept out the lows of the range that we've been in for the last 110 days or so, and we're really just kind of hanging around in the middle of the range still. But this really, right, the first time we tapped 60,000 back in, what was it, 2021 April, right? Notice how that level that was initially resistance has now flipped support, and that's what we've been doing over the last couple of months, right? Just flipping that monthly level into support. So there's the range that we're forming here on the lower time frame. There's really nothing to be bearish about it just yet, at least not based on the charts, right? So let's just keep that in mind as we go about, trading Bitcoin. Now on the daily, well, let's see what's going on the weekly first. So the level that I had marked out last week, which was this, right? If you guys remember, that was the level right there that I said if we had lost $67,000, that I was looking for a tap of this $64,000 to $65,000 level. The top of the green box was coming in at about 65.4. We bounced off of that. That was just about the low of last week. Right now, I have not taken any long positions yet. I did mention that this is where I'm going to begin looking for longs, and so I'm on the alert. Right? Does that mean that I've automatically taken one? No, I haven't. I'm also still in my head short from late on Friday, which I had marked out. So actually, let's review what's going on there. But for now, on the weekly, well, this is going to be key support, right? 64, 65. I don't want to see it broken. If it does break, then we're likely going to come back down to range lows over here at $60,000, $61,000, right? And if we break that, well, then GG. we're likely going to go far lower, maybe 54,000 again. But we'll see. It's still a long time coming. Yeah, so here's the daily chart. This was the we were about here sometime last week, and then early last week we came down, we swept the lows, consolidation. Yeah, and you see that wick right there. So I took a couple of trades in the middle of the week. I was looking for shorts after seeing this candle. I was looking for shorts down to over here, right? And we had CPI, FOMC, and PPI within 24 hours of each other, right? And Tuesday, I think it was Wednesday and Thursday, yeah. And so we had some really choppy price action where I was short, and so I knew price was wanting to go lower, but I got chopped out on multiple occasions. And finally, when we were done with high impact news on Friday, I was able to get my short in. But let's take a look at why I did what I did, right? So this is the range that we've been in. So I just get the volume profile out, right? So it's just another rotation of the range. I've been saying that I've been looking at this as an accumulation, manipulation, and an expansion idea. That's a perspective at which I've been watching price over the last couple of weeks. Now, that was, I wouldn't say entirely invalidated, but I kind of put that on hold just because after we got to range highs, right, we've been seeing rejection, and then we shifted market structure over here last week. So for me, that's a telltale sign that, okay, maybe we're not ready to break out yet, and I should flip my bias. Instead of leaning towards a breakout higher, I should probably stick to what I have been doing over the last 3 months and just trade the range, right? So over here, so let's actually go to the 1 hour time frame. Let's take a look. Was it this? Yeah, it was this. This was Thursday. And then this was Wednesday. Yeah, so this was CPI. And then this was FOMC, right? So I saw price come up, bounce up a little bit. I wanted to retest short over here, and so I remember going short at the mid 67 level, with my stop somewhere here at the mid 68s. I got stopped out, right? Price pushed up during CPI, and then FOMC pushed it down right away. Usually that happens when there are multiple, high impact news on the same day, especially when it's between NFP, CPI, PPI, and FOMC. Sometimes GDP, but I think those four really are the four main ones that can really cause a move like this, right? You go up one way, fake out, and you go back the other way. I took another shot over here, right, the next day, and we got the fake out. It was a 4-hour swing failure pattern. Well, actually, no, it wasn't. We did not sweep those highs. My apologies. But it was an ugly looking candle, clean rejection. I wanted a lower low to form. Now, I got stopped out on this candle during PPI, and price went down to hit my target anyway. So that was a little frustrating. But it didn't really matter, because if we go back to the daily, what happened was on Wednesday. Oh no, it was Thursday. On Thursday, we lost the point of control of the range. So this candle right here, see how we closed right below it? So for me, that was an easy short, right? The next day, I wanted a clean retest and then a move lower. Now, on top of that short, on top of the point of control, there's this bearish order block that formed. Notice how we engulfed the previous candle. So my stops were going to be above the open of that the close of that candle. Usually that's how I like to trade order blocks, right? I don't necessarily put my stops at the wicks. I like to have them at the open and close, because that would have been way too far. Now, where's my target going to be? Obviously, it's going to be the value area low, right? Just because I'm expecting a full rotation. At least that's what this trade is based off of. When you're trading the value area high, point of control, value area low, those are usually your full-on targets. Now, I have taken some profits, though. So 65.5 was one of my first levels to take profits. I am, however, still waiting for 64, which is the value area low, right? So this was, I think this was the short. Yeah, it was called. So the entry was at about $67,000. I managed to get in a little bit higher. I DCA'd a little bit on my short, just because I had a feeling we'd wick up a little bit. I didn't think it was going to be a perfect rejection. Then we had Saturday, Sunday, where it was just consolidation. And now here we are on Monday, starting to push down again. So, yeah, I'm going to be looking at, 65. I want to see if we can take out those lows again. If we can take out those lows, I'm going to take some more profit off. But ultimately, the level that I'm really looking for is the value area low here. Keep in mind that this is a head short, right? Like I said, on the monthly time frame, I'm still bullish. There's really nothing to be bearish about yet. But the reason why I'm taking this trade is because I'm trying to protect myself from downside, on my spot exposure. So I'm still buying alts. I'm still DCAing into a bunch of them. But as price continues to push lower, I want to stay hedged. So if I'm wrong on this trade, it's really not the end of the world, because I'm going to make it back on my spot. I'd just rather be protected in case spot goes down. Right? So that's the idea of this trade right now. Again, keep in mind that this is the area where I'm now starting to look for longs, right? This is the weekly level that I've been watching for the last 2 weeks. Price is finally coming into it. So if we start to see some buy pressure come in, some sort of strength come in, I am going to flip my bias and look for a rotation back to the point of control. I mean, assuming we come this low, I'm going to look for a rotation back to the point of control as my first target. And then if we're able to beat that, then obviously the value area high shortly after. So yeah, let's see what we get.